Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. For this video, I'm going to be opening up to you guys about how my spending has changed now that I am finally making the amount of money that I have always wanted to make in my career. So if you've been following my channel for quite some time, then you know that I have been very transparent about my marketing career journey and that it has not been easy. But lucky for me, it all paid off, everything that I went through. And at the end of 2021, I finally landed my dream job, making six figures, which is a goal that I have always had for myself. I've always wanted a corporate marketing role. My background up until this point has mostly been with small business marketing, and I really wanted to take that jump like headfirst into corporate marketing. And I spent the past 6 or 7 years or so just building up my skill set and my education to be able to be eligible for those type of positions and make the amount of money that I am making now. And now that I'm finally at a salary threshold or an income threshold that I've always wanted to reach, my spending has changed quite a bit. And I wanted to share with you all some of the things that I now spend my money on that I didn't before, or some things that I spend more money on than I did before. The purpose of this video is solely to give you some ideas on how you can better allocate your spending towards things that either make you happy or enrich your life. It is not in any way, shape, or form to brag or anything like that. So without further ado, here are some new things that I spend my money on. Number one on this list, without a doubt, is anything health, wellness, and fitness related. So I've always been a pretty health conscious person. I really dove headfirst into my fitness journey when in my mid-20s, when I was like 25, 26, shortly after my father passed. And I have been really into physical fitness ever since. The only difference is then I think I was making around maybe $45,000, $47,000. So I had like a actually it was a $40 membership at LA Fitness, a gym membership there, and I was in the gym all the time. Like I was there between 5 days a week and 7 days a week, sometimes even doing 2-a-days. And grocery shopping, I always ate super healthy, fresh fruits, vegetables, some boxed and processed foods, but not too many. Now the difference is I got rid of my LA Fitness membership as well as my Planet Fitness membership and I actually joined a health club in my community. So it's about triple what I was paying before at LA Fitness, but it is so worth it. I am someone who really believes that the more that I invest in myself physically and health-wise, the better I feel and the more quality output I can put out into the world. So when I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I do my 5 a.m. workouts, I am able to function at my optimum capacity because I have made sure that I've taken care of myself. So the health club has like a pool, a sauna, like 2 aerobic rooms, and it includes fitness classes. There's a basketball court. Like it's just a bigger, better facility overall, and that has been a really great investment for me. I'm able to do like a full workout for maybe an hour. I can sit in the sauna. I can switch up my workout, so I can do a couple of laps in the pool. I can sit in the hot tub. I can play around on the basketball courts. I can do the cardio machines. I can do the weight rooms. Like there's a variety of different things that I can do. And I also joined a yoga studio not too far from my house. So yoga is something that I've always wanted to try, but I've always been a little bit nervous because those poses seem so advanced. But I joined a yoga studio about 8 months ago and I really like it. It plays a big part in my mental health, specifically with the meditation and the calmness of the room and doing the different poses and how you flow into the different positions. So being able to try something new, especially something that I've always wanted to do, has been great as well. So instead of just having the one gym membership, I now have the health club membership, and I also have the yoga studio. I also bought a bike, I bought rollerblades, I go hiking on the weekends sometimes. Basically, I do all kinds of stuff. And when it comes down to grocery shopping, I'm at a point now where everything I buy is like all whole fruits and vegetables. I really don't buy anything that is boxed or processed, frozen. I spend more money than I've spent on health and wellness, especially with the cost of inflation right now, but to me, it's worth it. I've opened up in a previous video about how I have struggled with depression in the past, and sometimes I still do. If you have depression or know someone who has depression, you know that it can be a very up and down, touch and go sort of thing. But I found that the more active I am and the more consistent I am with getting out the house and getting my body moving and taking care of myself, taking my vitamins, eating healthy, getting a workout in, whether it's a bike ride, whether it's just a walk outside, whether it's going to my health club, taking a swim, whatever, I feel my best and I have less and less depressive episodes. Next on this list is I have started to up or advance my, I guess, investment portfolio, if you would say. So I opened up in a video that I shared to my channel earlier this week on some ways that you can stay prepared to lose your job. I've always been a really big saver. I'm just now starting to get into investing now that I'm making the type of money that I want to make. And I know that you don't have to reach a certain threshold to start investing. You can start investing at any salary at any point in time in your life. But in my 20s, I was way more focused on learning how to manage my money better, paying off debt. My student loan payments had kicked in. And at the time, all I had in terms of investing, what an investment was for me then, was just my 401k. And I still have it, but now I'm in the process of buying my first home within the next year or so. I also recently opened a high yield savings account that I have been putting money into, and I also opened an IRA. Maybe in the next 4 or 5 years, I told myself I might try to get into stocks or something. But what I know is that for the foreseeable future, so for the next maybe 7 to 8, maybe even 10 years, I'm really focused on investing my money. So I have lowered my debt to income ratio. I'll be paying off my car again soon. And I'm also in the process of eliminating my credit card debt. So after all of that is done, or in the process of doing that and accomplishing those goals, I'm also focusing on investing. So now it's like, in addition to paying off my debt, I have money going into my 401k, my high yield savings account, my IRA, and also towards purchasing my home. And the goal should always be, with the more money you make, you should be, ideally at least, lowering or lessening the amount of money that you spend and increasing the amount of money that you invest. Next on this list is travel. So at the time of this video, I have taken 3.5, and I say half because one of these was like a day trip, like a road trip that wasn't too far from me. So I've taken about 3.5 trips so far, and I have 3 or 4 more trips left for this year, and I have been enjoying it. I've always been someone who loves to travel. My parents took me and my sister everywhere when we were growing up. Like, we've been outside the country, we've been on all types of cruises, we've been to a bunch of different states. So I am used to incorporating or having travel as part of my life. And so now that the pandemic is somewhat over, I know it's not all the way over, people are still contracting it and the virus is still out there, but the world is not on lockdown anymore. And so for the past 3 years, it has been so hard for me to not be able to book a flight somewhere. So this year, I told myself, like, wherever I want to go, wherever my heart really desires for me to go, I am going. And I have just been booking flights left and right. And when I get there, I've been enjoying doing all of the different excursions. I did ATV riding in Jamaica. I did cliff jumping in Jamaica. And in Toronto, I did like a helicopter ride, and I went to the Janet Jackson concert, and then I saw Usher in Vegas. So I've been having a little bit of wanderlust, and since I'm 100% remote, it enables me to be able to take longer trips without worrying about using all of my PTO or how am I going to get back to the office. In the past, I've only been able to take like weekend trips, so like Thursday to Sunday, which is what I did when I went to the Dominican Republic. But now I'm able to go to places for like a week and a half, sometimes even 2 weeks, and just live my entire life. What I've learned about myself, especially in the past year, since I've been doing a lot of deep reflecting and a lot of self-work, is that I love traveling. And it's not about flashing on social media or anything like that. I love exploring. I love getting out. I love trying new things. I love doing fun, adventurous things. And I found that traveling really nurtures and nourishes my soul in a way that nothing else does. So at this point, I am making sure that my monthly budget includes money that's going towards some sort of a trip. And even though I'm working towards paying off debt and things like that, that's not something that I want to sacrifice. And as long as I can afford it, and as long as I don't go over the top, which I never do. Again, I'm not a luxury traveler or anything like that. When I travel, I mostly stay in local spots. I fly economy. Like, this is not, I didn't go to Jamaica and stay on some, you know, super fancy 5-star, 5-figure resort or anything like that. Because for me, travel is really just about getting outside of my comfort zone, discovering new languages, trying new foods and stuff like that. Next on this list are things or services that make my life easier. So with running my business part-time and still having a full-time job, I found that my life gets very hectic very quickly. I am pretty good at time management for the most part, but I can admit that there are some days where things just seem like they're all over the place, and I'm just ripping and running from sunup to sundown between creating and posting content, doing consultations, making sure I go to the gym, eating healthy, keeping my house clean, going grocery shopping. Like, y'all, sometimes it's just like it is a lot. So I have started to invest in services and, you know, different type of things that make my life easier. In the middle of last year, I was able to hire a series of freelancers for my business to make or to take some things off of my plate business-wise. So things like writing my emails, creating graphics for social media, some downloadable resources material that I was writing and trying to design. And I was at a place where I was grossing enough in my business and making enough in my full-time job that I was able to say, hey, I need about 4 or 5 people who can come on board and help take these things off of my plate so that I can focus on other things. Now, towards the tail end of last year, I did end up taking a break from my business altogether, but now that I'm revving back up, I'll be bringing those people back on board. Also, in like with my home, I have a cleaning service that comes once a month that does like a thorough deep clean of my house, because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I hate cleaning. I will do my dishes, I will deep clean my kitchen all the way down because I cook every single week and it's necessary if I want to eat off of clean plates and eat with clean forks. But like cleaning my bathtub, vacuuming, cleaning my baseboards, y'all, I hate it. I have never ever been somebody who enjoys cleaning. I have always hated it. I do it because I like my house clean, and that's just who I am. I like a neat and tidy space. But I hired a cleaning service, and they come again once a month and do a solid deep clean, and that takes that off of my plate. By doing that, so having people in my business like a personal assistant, a graphic designer, that takes hours off of me, or it frees up hours that I would have been spending, you know, doing those tasks, and I can allocate that time towards doing things that I enjoy, like going out. A couple of weekends ago, I went kayaking, I went hiking, the trips that I'm taking, right? So that frees up time for me to be able to either allocate that time on doing something that may be more productive, or just something that I actually like. And last on this list is fun. Like, I have been having so much fun within the past 8 months or so because I've really been prioritizing making sure that I make time to laugh and to just be, you know, weightless and free-spirited and not have anything that I'm doing. I used to be a huge workaholic. Like, you guys, I work 25 hours a day, 8 days a week, sun up to sundown. I was a huge, like, work hard, no sleep, no play type of person. But something or a few things major happened in my life, and it made me realize, like, yes, I've accomplished all these things, and yes, my business is doing great, and yes, I make great money, and yes, I'm stable, and yes, you know, my car's paid off, and all of these things. I'm such a checklist person, right? Because I'm a Virgo. And then I realized when I was looking through my phone one time, I was like, I haven't done anything fun. I didn't have any pictures in my phones with my friends. I didn't have any pictures of me doing things that I loved. It was all just like work, 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 work. And so now I'm able to allocate money in my budget, or set aside money in my budget to make sure that I am doing things. Like, y'all, I have done everything. I have been skydiving. I have plans to go scuba diving in a couple of months. Again, I did the helicopter tour. I've been at so many concerts. Like, I've seen Usher, I've seen Janet Jackson, I've seen Maxwell, I saw John B. I've been trying out a ton of new restaurants in my area, making it a goal to get out at least once a week, either by myself or with someone. And that can be an activity or just a general outing. So I have a list of things that I really want to do this summer. Like, I have a summer bucket list, and every weekend I try to do something on that list as long as my budget allows. If I don't, go shopping or go over budget, if I'm still within budget, I try to do something fun at least once a week, so that in addition to working and saving and investing and keeping my house together and working out and servicing my clients, Tamika is still having fun and enjoying her life at the end of the day. I've realized that it's great to have high goals, and it's even more awesome that I can accomplish and achieve them, but I need to make sure that I have fun. So once a week, I, again, set aside time, set aside some money to go out and do something that I enjoy, whether it's a movie, trying a new restaurant, going hiking, driving up to Wisconsin, Lake Geneva, shout out, I will be seeing you soon. But just making sure that I'm laughing and I'm enjoying myself and I'm having fun, and I'm not just sitting in front of my computer 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. So those are some things that I now spend my money on, or spend more money on, again, now that I'm at the salary threshold that I've always wanted to be at. I feel like people think that just because you get to the point where you're making a certain amount of money, or you accomplish or reach a certain threshold in terms of your income, your revenue, whatever, that you're supposed to just blow it on a bunch of materialistic stuff and luxury stuff. I don't believe that. I feel like with the more money I make, that's more of an opportunity to invest in myself and do things that I enjoy and enrich my life and make me happy. Money is to be made and money is to be spent, but I've never been the type of person that has been really big on spending on material things. So as soon as I, got my salary offer and found out how much I would be making, aside from, again, making sure I have like a solid early debt payoff plan, I was like, it's time to have fun. It's time to think about the future. It's time to up some things. So like, again, with that gym membership, I was like, okay, you can go LA Fitness, boop, you can go ahead and come in Health Club. So these things may seem super simple, but for me, the fact that I'm using my salary to, again, enrich my life, make me happier, plan for my future, that is good enough for me. I don't believe Gucci or Louis Vuitton or Prada or any Louboutins will ever get my money, because I've never been a materialistic person. This is not to shame anyone who does spend their money on those items. If that's what you want and you've earned it and you feel like you deserve it and you work hard, go for it. We all have different things that we feel like enriches our lives and make us happy. For me, it's really all about just the pure joy and satisfying whatever I feel like my soul needs. And you don't have to wait until you earn a certain amount of money to be able to invest in whatever it is that makes you happy. If there's any changes you can make to your existing budget now to incorporate some of the things that you really want to, then do that. Or if you just want to keep it as a goal to say, hey, as soon as I start making X amount of dollars, I'm going to start doing this. That's totally fine, because that's literally what I did. I did what I could back then. Like, my life wasn't miserable. I wasn't unhappy. Again, I still prioritized fitness. I still was investing, right? So I was putting money into my 401k, but the level has been upped and I can afford to do a little bit more for myself. Again, it's all about what makes you happy. But I hope that this video gave you some ideas on some things that you can start to allocate your money towards once you get to that salary threshold that you want. Or if you're someone who just recently reached that salary threshold and you're not exactly sure what to do with that extra money. And if you have some things that you spend money on now that you are a high earner, or you're earning more than you did before, go ahead and comment that down below. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and give me a like. And thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed to my channel but you like this video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so that you can join my growing YouTube community. I will see you all next time with another video. Bye!